Okay, everyone, welcome to this video, and we're going to go through something, some tips on how you can, really craft your experience on creating websites and things like that. You may not want to do it yourself, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I think having this knowledge is important because when you delegate to someone, you know what actually is going on behind the scenes. You know what to expect. And this doesn't, sharing this video, watching this video doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do it. You may get, it's a quicker to actually get someone else to do it that knows what they're doing. So what we're going to look at today is really installing a WordPress website. And this is something really, really basic that, that may be required if you're creating a website, if you are upgrading your business website. And you've got your hosting and you're like, what is hosting? What is websites? What is domains and all that kind of stuff? And on a side note, we do have a partnership between Cindog and Quincera that we offer hosting through. So yes, I have made a sales pitch just then. So if you need some hosting, you can definitely connect with us. So this is actually some hosting that got some things coming up that I got through Quincera. And when you sign up, you get access to a URL which you can access something called a cPanel. This cPanel is where this is where you actually control the hosting and so forth. So I'm going to get straight into it so we don't stuff around too much and you can see what happens. So you get a username and password, you can log in. I'm going to do a demo site. I will pause the video for a sec while I put the password. So it's you just enter your password, whatever it is. Actually, I should be able to just put it without it showing up. We will be using this. So this is a real website. This is our social media branding that we are launching called Socials with Lisa. Once we log in, do we want to save it? I don't like saving it on my browser anymore. I like to enter it in. So if there is any security compromises, you're not worried. My passwords are gone, so forth. We save our passwords in a password vault. Again, if that gets hacked, what are you going to do? But there's several levels of security to get into that. So okay, so we've come to the cPanel to install a WordPress site. Go into applications, go down here, content management. There is a system. Now I know that said WordPress. Let me just find. Here's the application installer. So Installatron. We go into that. If we search for WordPress. All right, so maybe it is through here. So we go into here. And then basically we just need to install the application, right? So click install. Now when we're selecting this, I always make sure we go for HTTPS and without the www. We can always put in a forward in our DNS to forward any requests to that to go to the HTTPS. Now this HTTPS basically means it's a secure connection between the person who's connecting to the website to the hosting, and that's always important for I guess it just shows that your website can be trusted more. So if you go for just normal HTTP, there is likelihood that that communication between the website and the user can be compromised. This is just another level of security. So always go for that if you're installing it. Now, do you need a directory? Generally, when we get hosting for one domain, for one hosting. We don't try and we used to do, number of websites on a hosting platform, and if one gets compromised, then you don't know what else is being. So we generally install one website per one hosting. It may work out a little bit more costly, but in the long run, you've isolated that website and that hosting. If something goes wrong, now you're always backing these up. You need to be backing the content of your website somewhere else, like a Dropbox or your Google Drive, and then you can restore it if something gets compromised and your website goes down. So these are different. We'll cover these topics in other videos. Except the license agreement, I don't do automatic updates. I always do it manually. I'm a little bit, I've had issues where, you know, plugins have been updated and the website goes down. All right, so none of these. Create an automatic backup. Now, I actually don't turn this on because I do it through another software. With the administrator username and password, make it complicated, make it difficult, right? So even this, for me, is not enough. I'd make it something like incredibly difficult. Now, I know you guys are seeing this, but can you remember that? Unless your IQ is through the roof and you've got photographic memory, it's going to be hard to remember that. Now, having said that, you've got to store these passwords that you create in a password vault or somewhere, so and print it out, keep it back up in your safe, wherever it is, because if it goes down, then you've got to reset the password and so forth for your WordPress site. Again, with the password, make it complicated. Again, you won't be able to see this. So it's hard to guess, right? Now I'm going to pause the video. I want to copy these into a document where I can store them, and I'll come back in a second. I might just stop the share. That'll be easier. Copy these. Get back into the video. Just going to store them for now. So I'm going to reset this. Now remember, the longer the passwords and the harder it is to guess, the more, you know, the more secure it's going to be. Now there's going to be several layers of security. Now let's get back into the share. You can see what's going on. All right, so the administrator password, that's where anything related to this website is going to be sent to this email. So for any customer website, do the name of the website, now this is going to change. We're working on the branding at the moment. Just put that in for now. Do we want two-factor authentication? No, for now. Limit login attempts and all this stuff. So no, we don't want a multi-site advanced. I generally let the advanced settings be managed automatically, and then you just click install, and it is that simple. You will see the website being installed, and that's it. That is it for installing a WordPress website. Now it looks difficult, it's not. Once you get the hosting, once you get the username, password, you're there. You are there. And then in subsequent videos, we'll show in how you log in to your brand new WordPress website that you've installed, as well as, you know, creating backups and so forth. So thanks for joining me for today's tech tips through Cindog Media, and we'll catch you on the next video.